Okay, folks, look, this is what we doing. I'm getting right into it. You read the title, everybody love the chicken. You know, when you say smothered, you know this is the one, right? So today we doing smothered chicken and rice, super easy, and guess what? We doing it in a one pot. Let's get it. Now listen, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and season our chicken, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put this down here. Let's just get these out of here like this, right? So when I say season, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little salt and pepper on all sides, right? So don't forget the full ingredient list is on my website, which is Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com, right? So keep my, my clean hand over here like this. We're just gonna add a little salt on the front and the back, right? Now, when it comes to the pepper, I want to tell you guys this. Anytime you browning anything and you put pepper on there, it'll give the appearance of it being a little bit on the burn side, So sometimes I put pepper down, sometimes I don't, but this time we're gonna monitor it and make sure everything is good, right? I'm gonna be using my Dutch oven. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and start off with a medium flame. Let's get it a little bit hot, and we're gonna use extra virgin olive oil, right? And this is an infused olive oil. This is the last of a rosemary infusion, you know what I mean, from Branch and Vine, Upland. This right here is nice, folks. So we just add just a little bit of this, down here on the bottom, just to coat it just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot, right? So I'll set this off to the side. Once I see it give me that puff of a little bit of smoke, ooh, I can smell it. The aromatic that comes off of it, whichever infused olive oil that you use, I'm telling you, that's fire. You can smell it, whether you're using scallion, no matter what it is, as soon as it get a little bit of heat under the bottom, it just kicks back. Something to just... Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just add our chicken thighs to it, right? Obviously, when you look, this is boneless, skinless, right? Even though it's got a little bit of skin on there and a little bit of fat, that's okay. So what I do is I put it down. The bottom side is the rough side, right? So I put it down face side down first, right? Now what we're doing is browning. We're not trying to cook it. So it's only gonna take us about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, right? All right, so once we got it brown, you guys can see, look at that right there. That's some good browning right there, right? So I just take it, put it on this paper plate right here. I got it, you guys. I use paper plate. You know why? Because I'm the one to do the dishes. Okay, so you see this right here? This is the kind of size, these are the size bites I would like to have, right? Normally when I make this, I usually use a whole piece, put it on the rice and cook it that way, right? So now I want to look at it, you know what I mean? I just want to cut it just so I can get me some nice bite-sized pieces, and that way when we smother it, we get whole pieces, right? So, like that. Don't worry, if it's not fully cooked, which it shouldn't be, you know what I mean? Because all we did was brown, right? Ooh, this is nice and juicy. That's why I chose to do, boneless, skinless. That dark meat is just the way to go, But like I say, you can do this, with chicken breasts. You can do bone in, however you guys would like to do it, but look at that right there. Ooh, man. All right, so now we got everything, cut into bite-sized pieces, right, for our chicken. I'm gonna set this to the side. Now, this is how we gonna do this. We got rice, onion, garlic, and butter, right? So in this order, it'll go butter, minced garlic, it'll go butter, onion, minced garlic, and then our rice, right? That's the order we wanna do. This is what makes the cooking process so simple. All right, so you should still have some heat in your, whatever apparatus you're using, to cook in, right? So I'm gonna drop in my butter. Come in here now, we wanna get this melted, so I'll just move this around. Once this is melted, right? Now I'm running a medium heat. All of this down here, I'm not taking none of this out. Like some of that chicken, oh, look at that. That's just nothing but flavor. So we just leave that in there like that. Soon as this is melted, then we're gonna come with our onions. Our onions is gonna help pick some of that fond up, right? It's the ashes in the onion and that moisture in there that's gonna do it for us, folks. All right, and remember we had it in order, right? So now we come with our onions. If you look, as I move this around, it just starts picking up that fine. Now you know that gravy gonna be fire, folks. Now after your onions been in there and you've been going for about, I'm gonna say about 2 to 3 minutes, this is good. Because if we're gonna continue to cook them, now we're gonna add our minced garlic. Now here we only gonna go for about a minute. I'm not gonna stop stirring. We're just gonna keep this going so that we don't burn it. Then we're gonna add our rice. Now after about a minute, you know what I mean? Then we just go ahead and add our rice and we keep moving this around. What you wanna do is make sure all of your rice is soaked up, all of that goodness in the inside. And as I move this around, you guys can see how I just picked up all of the fine and all of that. This is how you know that you're gonna have a great gravy. You gotta start with that seasoning, right? And what better than having that seasoned chicken, right? And everything that it left on there. We got onions, garlic. You guys get the point. Okay, so listen, all we really wanna do is just like toast it, get everything coated, you know, all our rice and everything mixed, right? Next thing we're gonna do is what you wanna do is get yourself a bowl. So what we wanna do is get all our ingredients that are going inside of the bowl that we mix together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get myself some sour cream, right? Get this. Now remember, you wanna have the right tool for the job, right? So you see I got my little rubber spatula right here. This will get everything that since we measure it out, we wanna use it all. When you see me reaching off to the side, I always have what that is my hot, soapy water, you know what I mean? So that I can just put everything in here and in between, you know, my cooking process or when things are cooking, what I do is I go ahead and wash dishes, right? Now, we gotta add our cream of chicken. Then we go in here. And again, just having the right tool for the job. Look what comes out once you get in there. Now you're gonna wanna get yourself a whisk because we wanna get all of this together and incorporate it. All right, so then we just go ahead and give this a, you know, mix, right? Now you just wanna mix this till it's smooth, right? You can see what I'm talking about. See how it is? It's not smooth yet and not fully incorporated, right? You'll know. Now this right here is gonna be our base for our gravy. Ooh, look at that. Now when using a bowl, you can look on the side. You can see like anything that needs to be mixed. Now, watch this. I'm gonna take my spatula and just run around the side of this because we wanna get all of that sour cream and everything off of there, right? I run it across the bottom too. Okay, so I raised my fire up underneath my rice because I put it on super low, right? So it's still nice and toasty, you know what I mean? So now we're gonna add our broth or our stock. Now what I wanna do is bring this up to a simmer. All right, so once we got it up to a simmer, now look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and add our mixture, you know, to it, right? And we're gonna get all of this to incorporate together. It'll be nice, smooth, and a little bit thick, right? Now this is what we're gonna put. This is gonna be our gravy. I know some of you guys, when you hear the word gravy, first thing we think of is like flour. There's other ways to skin the cat, folks. And that's it right here. So, we're just gonna stir this up, right? We got the rice in there. Okay, and here, now we're gonna go ahead and add our heavy cream to it, right? This helps smooth it out too. And again, we wanna get back to that, you know, that simmer, right? So I'm on a medium flame underneath the bottom here. You know what I mean? I can still, I can see the rice. Everything is nice and smooth. Right, once I get it back to a simmer, you know what we're finna add next. That's gonna be that chicken, folks. Now, I got like a little bit of a level up for you. For those of you guys that eat mushrooms, we can put the mushrooms in now and continue to cook it. For those of you guys that don't, you don't have to add it. Now you see we got a little bit of a light boil. I'm gonna actually reduce this down just a little bit more, but here would be a great point for us to go ahead and add our chicken. Look at that right there. Now you wanna talk about, hey, look, all of this flavor, any of the juices after letting it set, and the rest, we wanna add this. This just ensures that we're gonna have a great product at the end, right? So now we do this, we get it like that. I'm gonna set this down to a light simmer. We're gonna go for about 20, 25 minutes. What we're looking for is for our chicken to be nice and tender and to be cooked, you know, throughout, right? All right, so I'm gonna put my top on. Well, let me go ahead and get this set. Nice and low. I'm gonna set a timer for 20 minutes and then I'll check it. Okay, so listen, my timer just went off, right? So let's go ahead and break this away. Make sure you don't get no steam burn. Remember, away, not here. When you lift up, it could come up here and burn you, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Ooh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. So look, when you see it look like this, you know what I mean? Look at that right there. Now, remember I say 20, 25 minutes? After 20 minutes, it looks like this. I want to take the top off and I'm gonna let some of the moisture evaporate just so we can get it just a little bit thicker. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the top off and letting it run for about 3 minutes. It just cooks off a little bit of that moisture. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my fire off, right? And you can look at it right here. Now, for those of you guys, if it went a little bit too far, you can, and your gravy is a little bit too thick, look at that right there. I'm gonna tell you that right there is the way you want it to be, right? One more time, right? Now, if it's too thick, just go ahead and add yourself a little bit more stock or, chicken broth to it, just a little bit to thin it out to your liking, right? All right, so now that I got everything in the bowl, I done took my pictures and all of that. I done tasted it already, but I'm eager to get back in here. Listen, these are the kind of things that you take and eat all the time. You know what I mean? But when you get them like this, you see that? Ooh, man, let me hurry up and get this in. I'm not finna over talk it, folks. Cheers, y'all. It's fire, folks. Please trust the process. You know what I mean? For those of you guys that like a lot of chicken, go ahead and add, you can do 5 boneless, skinless. You can do, if you guys are on that, okay, so if you're on that breast, we're gonna season it a little bit. We're gonna sear that, right? Because we want to get that flavor in there. And it'd be best if you brine. But if you ask me, dark meat is the way to go, especially for this. And then we pick up all that fine. Listen, let me know down in the comment section below, what would you do? What would you add to this? I know you guys are gonna say some kind of veggies, but I do want to hear it because maybe later on we'll make it your way. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and just tell everybody out there, there is a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And guess what, folks? I'm out. Peace.